Hello, Will and Many Person YouTube thing. While I realize that today is a human Tuesday, it is technically an interlockin' Monday.
Cappuccino flats like a coffee house scholar, it's cappuccino flats.
Why am I always so yellow? Human color again. Yay! That makes for 2 late videos already, and I apologize for that. I readily accept my punishment, Captain. Give it your best shot. But hey, if you don't horribly punish me, I won't horribly punish you, right? I'm joking about the punishment thing. You are totally going to get punished. But only once. Well, technically it's just one big punishment. It will take up 2 punishments, because it is so big. Well, your punishment is to find the cookie called cappuccinoflats, and you must either buy or create this cookie, and then you must send it to me as part 2 of your punishment. But moving on to other blog things, what am I gonna do for my video? You read a poem. I'll read a poem. I don't have any poems to read. I'm a fiction writer. I can read you an old poem. Pretty crappy, but I have them. It's an old poem, but I like it, I think. So this piece has no title in itself, but it belongs to a larger work called The Trials and Triumphs of Two. And we woke on a mattress in an empty room, wrapped in each other's arms like lovers, giggling children. Our thoughts, wordless echoes, trapped in stony caves, reverberating in non-existence. And we stretched words like skin over meanings, searching for a single glimmering echo to grow by continents, let linger in pregnant, swollen anticipation, eager to be born. And we spent 3 hours chain-smoking words before you moved on into the haze, leaving me breathless, choking on syllables, drowning in the flood from my fountain pen as I attempted to record my only encounter with a fellow addict. And we sat, frozen, with my pen out of ink, unable to write ourselves forward into each other's arms, where inspiration pumped through veins like love. And we melted slowly together, like wafers on the tongue, choosing hollow echoes over sour sound, bitter ink over hollow echoes, because all were better than the salty taste of tears. And we moved the clock backward to savor the taste of whiskey in stained glasses, and together drank to your eventual passing. You are unconcerned when I try to outdrink you. And we clung to sand as it dripped through our fingertips, escaping through the cracks between moments that we could not clog with our misprints, our mistakes. And we hope. You hope our mutual addiction will soften the blow. I hope our late nights gave me an edge on you in our race. And we mourn your passing. Nothing but echoes and sound and ink between us, conveniently pressed and bound into your grave. And I preserve my memory of you, like a leaf, pressed between the pages of our paper child. When I'm lonely, I open the tome to find comfort in the dust, your dust, loose on the wind. That was my poem that I wrote last year, and there you go. Will, I just realized that you asked me a question. I will attempt to answer it, but how the heck am I supposed to know everything about writing, woman? You asked, but Cricket, how do I write when I'm really tired? Because you are both incredibly high-pitched and don't make eye contact when you speak. That's a hard question, really, really hard question to answer. Because A, writing is mostly a subconscious thing. Your brain just pieces things together and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you should write that. Then you also put a lot of conscious thought into it, so it's a dual-edged thing. That didn't make any sense. My point is, you spend just as much time thinking about writing in order, that didn't make sense either. Okay, in order to write a story, it takes a lot of thought. First, your subconscious thought, which you don't realize is happening, but is pretty exhausting anyway. And your subconscious thought finally pieces together this stuff, and you're writing, and you're like, oh, hey, I like that idea. Thank you, subconscious. After that, you have to actually think about it on the level of conscious thought. And writers who write expansive stories like we do generally spend just as much, if not 2 or 3 times as much time thinking about writing as they do actually writing. And writing in itself is really, really exhausting. I'm not being very cohesive or articulate today, am I? The point is, it takes a lot of brain work, and writing itself is exhausting, and if you're already tired, then you're probably going to be really exhausted. I would recommend getting excited about something, or doing something really, really fun that you want to do anyway. Or maybe you should get more sleep. Have you not been getting much sleep, Will? You really need to get more sleep. But anyway, I read you a poem, answered your question, talked about how I'm late. Now I gotta go, because I have half an hour to read a piece for my next class. Gotta read all of this for next hour. Yay for procrastination! Yes! Will, I will see you on Friday.